solar based heating, and we found while we were doing this exploration and trying to find out people who do work, we found aspiration energy. That's kind of how the whole the background behind this. We had three paint plants in Padi, and we decided we would take the passenger car paint plant. At that time, that was the highest volume plant that we had. The other interesting thing from our perspective is that if we did it in one plant and were successful, there is an opportunity for horizontal deployment to 8 plants. You also need to understand that in most companies, proposals for investment in utilities, especially from a viewpoint of not capacity enhancement but cost reduction, don't really get the priority of top management. By and large, they look at real manufacturing, hardcore manufacturing, capacity expansion, or even cost reduction in that. So one thing that you have to consider in various companies is that you need to first do a proof of concept and then do horizontal deployment. But in a lot of companies in India, because scale has come up, the opportunity for horizontal deployment is high. So I would suggest, and we have also taken one particular case, and we wanted to prove it, and once we've proven it, we want to horizontally deploy. So essentially what we were doing is, we had a number of tanks in the paint plant, and the tanks actually were being heated up to a certain temperature. What we've done is we've used the installation that has been put on the Padi rooftop. We're using that to actually heat up these tanks, and thereby reducing our consumption of furnace oil or superior kerosene and things like that. In the process, first of all, we had complications. As we started the manufacturing of Padi in 1962. So we're 50 years plus. And the roofs are also, the roof hasn't really been changed, at least in this particular area it had not been changed. So the roof was a 50-year-old roof, and people had concerns about whether if you put a solar installation on the roof, whether it will be able to withstand. So a large part of our cost actually was involved in relaying the roof, making a walkway for people to go in a safe manner to be able to maintain the solar system. That is actually a large part of the cost. Then you had the system. All in all, if you look at it, we spent maybe about 1.1 crores, slightly more than that. Mr. Rajaram will tell you the exact details, and the saving that we were able to realize is about 48 lakhs. This is what we've actually realized so far. And this is basically in one financial year. So if you look at it from a return perspective, it's very attractive. You're basically getting a return back in within 2 years. We were also cautious. Let me also say that we were cautious, and we made sure that we only did it in tanks that we felt there is no possibility of damaging the process or affecting the quality of the process. So we even took additional precaution to make sure that if there is a tank wherein if there is a leak from this and that leakage falls within the tank, it will affect the quality of the process. In that case, we didn't address those tanks. So this is not even addressing 100% of the requirement of one paint plant. And with that, we were able to actually achieve this saving. There were, I think, when you do an installation, there will be, as with most processes, some teething issues. But by and large, we're quite happy with it, and I think that we will probably look at installing another such system in our company in the next 6 to 9 months. So this is essentially what I have in terms of macro perspective. So Rajaram will now take you